Peter Parker is a high school student and is one of the most popular characters in the Marvel Universe. We all know that he's a science whiz who lived with his Uncle Ben and Aunt May. He attends Midtown High School, and on the field trip he was bitten by a radioactive spider. Then of course everything changed. Uncle Ben died and led to Peter becoming one of Marvel's most famous superheroes, Spider-Man. But of course we can't forget his role as a photographer, selling pictures of Spider-Man to J. Jonah Jameson at the Daily Bugle.
I'm Peter Parker. I'm a photographer.
Yes, I can see that.
What's up guys, it's Raynash30 back with another Evolution video. Today's focus is Peter Parker and how he has evolved through TV shows and movies. We first see him in 1967's first animated series, Spider-Man. We see that Peter Parker is just an average guy who's always carrying around a camera, and of course is Spider-Man.
Everything's freezing. I don't know what this is all about, but I'm gonna get some pictures for old J. Jonah Jameson.
Next he is seen in 1977's first live-action series, The Amazing Spider-Man. We see again that he's just an average guy who's always carrying around a camera, figuring out his life as Spider-Man, but attends a university instead of a high school.
There is someone like that. He can climb walls, and he is like a spider. I mean it.
There is a Spider-Man?
Yes, sir.
You're sure?
Very sure.
He is seen next in 1978's live-action Spider-Man film following the previous TV series, Spider-Man Strikes Back. In this film, there's nothing new about Peter, except he's a bit more responsible handling his life as a superhero, a student, and a photographer.
Right. I'll just sort of tag along, and that way I'll be there when you do see him next time. If you don't mind.
Well, of course he doesn't mind. You don't mind.
It won't be that bad, Peter.
He is seen again in 1979's live-action Spider-Man film following the previous film, Spider-Man: The Dragon's Challenge. There's no significant change to Peter, other than new objectives in his path, like trying to locate 3 ex-Marines in the film.
So, you've got nothing to tell me, huh?
Well, where shall I begin? I was born of average parents in a small hamlet nestled in the Pocono Mountains.
Peter.
He is seen next in 1981's animated TV series, Spider-Man. Like before, Peter Parker has trouble balancing his alter ego with his responsibilities as a university student, a part-time photographer, and caring for Aunt May.
Here are the pictures I got of the big finish, JJ. And I need the money.
Not bad, kid. Not good either. I'll pay the usual.
JJ, almost forgot. Here's one more.
Hey now, that's more like it.
He is seen again in 1981's Spider-Man crossover animated series, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. We see Peter Parker and his team Bobby Drake, known as Iceman, and Angelica Jones, known as Firestar, as college students at Empire State University, and who all live at Peter's house with Aunt May.
Hi, you puny Parker!
Flash, my experiment!
Too bad you weren't invited to the dance tonight. Guess you're not such a good mixer after all. So try thee!
No, Flash, don't!
Poor, pathetic Parker!
He appears next in 1995's most popular Spider-Man animated series, Spider-Man. In this series, we see Peter Parker during his college years at Empire State University as a part-time freelance photographer and his problems with his love interests, Felicia Hardy and Mary Jane Watson.
Peter Parker?
You know him?
We go to college together, Parker. You're just as unpredictable as ever. Mr. Jameson says you're his best photographer.
He does?
My very best.
You point, you shoot. No big deal.
He appears next in 1999's animated TV series, Spider-Man Unlimited. In this series, Peter starts out as a photographer, but after John Jameson is stranded on another Earth, Peter creates a new suit with nanotechnology and heads after him.
That's my son. Hear that, Parker? I've always said John was a hero, haven't I?
You sure have, Jonah. About 50 times in the past hour.
He is seen next in 2002's first film of the original Spider-Man trilogy, Spider-Man. It's about Peter Parker getting through high school, getting bitten, feeling guilty, having a lot of struggles because he's Spider-Man, and having a personal relationship with the Green Goblin, who ends up killing himself.
Hey, look at that spider. Some spiders change colors to blend into their environment. It's a defense mechanism.
Peter, what makes you think I would want to know that?
Who wouldn't?
He is seen next in 2003's animated TV series following the film Spider-Man, Spider-Man the New Animated Series. In this series, Peter, Mary Jane Watson, and Harry Osborn attend Empire State University. But again, Peter has problems with Mary Jane, being a photographer, his best friend, and his dual life as Spider-Man.
Every time anyone anywhere asks you to do anything, you're like unavailable.
Not always. Okay. Hey, Pete, there's a party tonight at the Sigmas. Want to come?
I gotta study.
He is seen again in 2004's second film of the Spider-Man trilogy, Spider-Man 2. It's about Peter Parker struggling with university, struggling with his powers, struggling with other things because he's Spider-Man, and having a personal relationship with Dr. Octopus, who ends up killing himself.
Parker, now I remember you. You're Connor's student. Tells me you're brilliant. He also tells me you're lazy.
Trying to do better.
He is seen next in 2007's animated TV series, Fantastic Four: World's Greatest Heroes. His appearance shows Peter Parker as a freelance photographer, hired to give the Fantastic Four publicity instead of being shown as Spider-Man.
But also by making sure we get credit for it. This guy's a freelance photographer. Hi, my name's... Yeah, whatever. So the plan is he follows me around and takes photos whenever I save the day. Genius, right?
He is seen again in 2007's final film of the original Spider-Man trilogy, Spider-Man 3. Once again, it's about Peter Parker getting through university, feeling guilty, struggling with his powers, having other struggles because he's Spider-Man, and having a personal relationship with Venom, who ends up killing himself.
Correct. Good work, Miss Stacy. Parker? You got something to add?
Oh, sir.
He appears next in 2008's second most popular Spider-Man TV series, The Spectacular Spider-Man. In this series, Peter begins his junior year at Midtown Manhattan Magnet High School, gets a job as a freelance photographer, and along with Gwen Stacy, they become junior lab assistants under Dr. Kurt Connors.
I won't be your punching bag anymore. Things have changed.
Nerd thinks he's Spider-Man.
He appears next in 2010's third MCU film, Iron Man 2. His appearance is small and his face is never shown, but it is Peter Parker, age 9 at the Stark Expo, with what appears to be with no supervision.
Nice work, kid.
He is seen next in 2012's first film of the Amazing Spider-Man duology, The Amazing Spider-Man. Like before, Peter goes to high school, he gets bitten, he feels guilty, and he becomes Spider-Man. But now he has a crush on Gwen Stacy and tries to solve the mystery of his parents' death.
Sorry. Morning, Flash.
Good morning, Parker.
He appears next in 2012's animated TV series, The Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. He doesn't appear a lot, so he is only seen as a photographer for the Daily Bugle, instead of the other aspects of him.
Parker! Parker here is one of our best photographers.
I mostly work on the Bugle's website.
Whatever, kid. Let's go.
He appears next in 2012's animated TV series, Ultimate Spider-Man. In this series, Peter still attends Midtown High School with MJ and Harry, and has been Spider-Man for at least 1 year. He is then approached by Nick Fury, who offers to train him to work with others and become the Ultimate Spider-Man.
Peter, I've been calling you all morning. Where have you been?
I want you, Parker, to be the ultimate Spider-Man.
Bus broke down?
Sure.
He is seen next in 2014's final film of the Amazing Spider-Man duology, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Peter graduates from high school, but later struggles between choosing to be Spider-Man or to have a relationship with Gwen Stacy following her father's death. He also then discovers the truth about his parents.
You ever figure out why your parents bailed? My dad left a briefcase. That's all I got, a briefcase full of junk. Whatever, I don't know, I try to think about it.
He is seen next in 2016's 13th MCU film, Captain America: Civil War. In this film, Peter has had his powers for 6 months. His origins like being bitten or Uncle Ben dying are not shown, and he is recruited by Tony Stark to retrieve Captain America's team in Germany.
You got a passport?
No, I don't even have a driver's license.
You ever been to Germany?
No.
Oh, you'll love it.
I can't go to Germany.
Why?
I got homework.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that.
He is seen next in 2017's animated origin shorts, Marvel's Spider-Man. In this short series, it shows Peter bitten during a field trip to Oscorp, using the scientific method to determine his change, and feeling guilty for hesitating to stop the burglar who killed Uncle Ben.
Name?
Peter Parker. P is in phosphorus, E is in electron, T is in...
Okay, you're on the list. Just wear this at all times.
Wow, my own Oscorp identification badge. I'm like Science Agent Double Helix 7.
He is seen next in 2017's animated TV series, Marvel's Spider-Man. Peter learns how to balance his crime-fighting career with his new enrollment at Horizon High, which is a school for students with genius-level intellect. He then works at the Daily Bugle as a freelance photographer to pay for his new school.
Who is this young man I have to thank for putting out the fire?
This is Peter Parker, the one I've been telling you about.
Well, Peter, I'm impressed. Not only did you solve my equation, but you also put it to practical use.
He is seen next in 2017's 16th MCU film, Spider-Man Homecoming. In this film, Peter attends Midtown School of Science and Technology with his best friend Ned and his love interest Liz Allen. But after returning from the experience with the Avengers, he wants to be more than just a Next in 2018's 19th MCU film, Avengers Infinity War. In this film, Peter Parker is the guy who needs distractions to change into Spider-Man, join the fight because there'll be no more neighborhood, make plans based on references from really old movies, and disappears after not feeling so good.
Hey, I need you to cause a distraction.
He is seen next in 2018's animated TV series, Guardians of the Galaxy. Peter's appearance is the same as the one in Marvel's Spider-Man. He's dressed as Peter Parker, so he can walk in Horizon High with Rocket and Star-Lord to not arouse any suspicion and retrieve the black symbiote before Thanos.
Most of the students will be out doing fun stuff.
Fun stuff?
You know, collecting spore samples, launching model rockets, measuring ozone levels in the atmosphere.
You go to nerd school.
He appears next in 2018's best animated film, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. The first version of Peter Parker seen in the film is a 26-year-old blonde grad student who's killed by Kingpin. The one we are familiar with is a 38-year-old and worn-out version of Spider-Man whose life is a complete mess until he mentors Miles Morales.
My name is Peter B. Parker. Fell in love, I got married, I buried Aunt May, my wife and I split up, but I handled it like a champion.
He is seen next in 2019's box office record film and 22nd MCU film, Avengers Endgame. After 5 years have passed, Tony decides to take a chance to retrieve the stones because Peter and everyone else can return. After Tony's death, it creates a toll on Peter, which continues in the next Spider-Man film.
Hi, I'm Peter Parker.
Hey, Peter Parker. You got something for me?
He is finally seen in 2019's 23rd MCU film, Spider-Man Far From Home. Peter has had a lot of stress after Tony Stark's death with being Spider-Man and filling in his mentor's shoes. He decides to take a break by going on a school trip and telling MJ he really likes her. But the trip goes sideways when Nick Fury hijacks their trip and recruits him for a mission.
I am Spider-Man, and I really messed up.
Wait,
MJ?
So, why are you here? Why are you on this school trip?
MJ, look, I know you have a lot of questions, but look, we really have to get out of here, okay?
Okay.